Have you ever tried to teach anything to a know-it-all? And can you imagine a more know-it-all group of a bunch of teenage boys? No matter how challenging your training assignment might be, I know how to get you through it. If you've ever become frustrated while teaching someone, I'll tell you about a method that works every time it's tried. I've been raising children over half my life, and I spent a few years as an assistant scoutmaster for a Boy Scout troop. So those two roles provide non-stop opportunity for sharing knowledge. The purpose of my speech is to inform you of the EDGE method of training used by Boy Scouts of America to train scouts and leaders. We'll talk about why it works, what the letters EDGE mean, and talk about a practical application through a brief example. I think when we're done, you'll see that there's some distinct advantages to using the EDGE method. So why the EDGE method? Well, if you read the book Scout, the handbook for the Boy Scouts, you find out that BSA emphasizes teaching and learning. The older Scouts have to teach in order to advance, and the younger Scouts have to learn in order to advance. And the Scouts teach each other. So the method has to be fairly simple, a limited number of steps, has to flow naturally from one step to the next. It has to be adaptable to a wide range of subjects. So the word EDGE is a memory mnemonic, an acronym that puts the steps in proper sequence. And in the BSA manual for training adults called the Trainer's Edge, there's a list of the steps and what each step means. Well, the first E is explain, and that's where an instructor tells the students what the task is going to be. And then there's D is for demonstrate, where the instructor shows the students, does the task one step at a time, and explains what he's doing. Now the G is for guide, and that's when the students perform the task one step at a time, and the instructor is there to answer questions or help them if they get stuck. The last E is for enable, and that's where the instructor provides the students with the resources necessary to perform the task on their own. So it's a very versatile process, and any medium that accomplishes the step is acceptable, and it's adaptable to whatever training and learning preferences you might have. So let's talk about a practical application of the method. Well, on the website Scouter Mom, there's an example where of teaching using the EDGE method how to make a paper airplane. Now, it could just as easily be used for pitching a tent, pulling a report, putting data in a spreadsheet, anything you need to teach. So in the explain task, the instructor tells the students, I'm going to make a paper airplane, and this is what it's going to look like. In the demonstrate step, the instructor takes a piece of paper and makes the airplane one step at a time and explains what he's doing along the way. In the guide step, each student gets a piece of paper, and the instructor gets a piece of paper, and they make the airplane together one step at a time. And he answers any questions they might have along the way. In the enable step, they get another piece of paper. The instructor doesn't need a piece of paper this time. The students make the airplane one step at a time on their own. So I've shared some basic information on the EDGE method of training. Hopefully next time you need a training method, you'll think about using it. We talked about why BSA uses it, the meaning of the acronym EDGE, and talked about a practical application so you can see how it actually works. I think if you'll try it, you'll find out that the patience and understanding necessary to teach is kind of built into the process. It flows from one step to the next, and it's very adaptable to a wide range of subjects. I think you'd agree with the years of experience I've had dealing with children that I would know a good method when I see it. And I certainly recognize the value of the EDGE method. So the next time you're faced with a difficult training assignment, I hope you'll try it. It's easy to remember, easy to adapt, and it's a low-stress pathway to success.